Shalom, shalom, Israel, it's your brother Hezekiah, back at it with another lesson. Watch and pray. Last days events. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory and praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, that's the most high God of Israel, nothing else, and his only begotten Son, who the world calls Jesus Christ. I want to give a mighty shalom and shout out and double honors to all the elders from the house of David. I want to give another mighty shalom and shout out to all the brothers pushing his truth, magnifying the Lord to their best of their ability, preaching his gospel throughout the four corners of the earth. And I want to give a mighty shalom and shout out to the women and children that's praying, fasting, giving alms, keeping the commandments and the faith of the Black Messiah, Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Right, so I'm going to just jump right into it. We're going over a couple events, got a couple articles. It's a lot going on, man. We got so-called terrorist attacks. We got hate crimes. We got destruction and death and idolatry. It's a whole bunch of madness that just happened in so-called 2025. It just started in 2 days already now. And it's the so-called new year, what Esau will call. For Israelites, we know that our new year start middle of March, end of March, and early April, right? In the spring, where everything's new, right? New leaves on a tree, right? New grass, new greenery, flowers, plants, right? The birds come back from south, right? The animals come out from hibernating. Everything's new. You understand? All right, let's just jump right into it. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 9, verse 16. Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. And we know that the Most High is judging the earth by these various sequences and events of car bombs, mass murderings, hate crimes, shootings and stabbings and armed robberies and a bunch of violence and madness and wickedness throughout the earth. It's the Lord sending judgment, and only a spiritual person will know this thing. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 66, verse 5. Come and see the works of God. He is terrible in his doing toward the children of men. So you see that we're about to see some works of the Most High. We're about to see how terrible the Lord can be, especially if you're not in his good graces, if he's not looking upon you in righteousness, if he's not protecting you. All right, let's just jump right into it.
Prison guards, you've seen it, caught fatally beating a black male. They avoid arrest. I'm going to remind you of what you have likely already seen. It is horrific. As you can see, the individual they are attacking has absolutely no way of defending himself, nor is he an aggressor. There are some making claim about the lack of audio. Lack of audio does not matter. The reason why there's a lack of audio is because the officers did not turn on their recording devices. That is called standby mode. What you're looking at is an automatic standby mode of recording. It is only because of that standby mode we have the video of this beating. this brutal assault, this murder. The New York prison officers, who are shown ruthlessly beating to death an incarcerated 43-year-old Robert Brooks, who was handcuffed and strapped face down on a gurney earlier this month, have not been arrested more than 2 weeks after the fatal incident. The video footage of Robert Brooks being fatally beaten was made public on Friday by the New York Attorney General's office nearly 3 weeks after the incident at the Mercy Correctional Facility on December 10th. The New York Times reported that 12 people involved, 12, are, quote, facing termination. But as of Friday, Sergeants Michael Mashaw and Glenn Trombley, officers Matthew Gallagher, Nicholas Anzalone, David Kingsley, Robert Kessler, Michael Fisher, Christopher Walrath, Michael Along, Shia Scoff, and David Walters, along with the nurse, Kyle Danshaw, have not only remained gainfully employed, but also free of any criminal charges for their alleged actions. All of the...
See, these Edomites, they do crimes, hate crimes against God's chosen people and don't be charged. They just get sent on unpaid suspension. They have a choice to resign, get their pension, get their 401k. They get to go back to their lovely homes, and their wives pat them on the back. You did a great job today, honey. That N-word deserves that animal deserves that. You were just defending your life. And this happens in every prison, unknowingly. But you wicked Israel, you wicked black people, you docile Hispanic people that want to serve white Jesus, go to church on Sunday, bow down to a rock, or be an atheist, or have faith without works. Y'all get mad at us for preaching on the street, yelling, bidding you to the marriage, telling you come back to your heritage, telling you to unite, come gather with your people so we could fight this oppression. You get scared when we talk about the oppression on our people. You get scared when we talk about revolutionizing and doing for self. And then you got the damn black church, one of the damn protests in the street, no justice, no peace. You're reacting. You're not responding. You're reacting. You're not responding. You're responding when you come back to the Most High, when you keep his commandments, and he will protect us against all evil. He would come back with his power, his fury, and his anger, and come save us from this land of our oppression. But y'all call us a hate group. Y'all call us a cult. Y'all call us crazy. Y'all call us the Black Hebrew Israelites, extremists, broke, stupid. You're wrong. You're under a delusion. No, you under a delusion. You're the docile one. You're the slow one. Thinking, oh, white America could save us. Thinking your local mayor, your local community leader, your the Congress, your Democratic Party could save us. That's what you should have asked Kamala Harris to get for us. A hate crime bill. But no. Y'all worrying about damn unaliving your children in the womb. You worried about women's rights. You worried about the so-called immigrants. They ain't immigrants. This they land that was stolen from them. And they want what's rightfully theirs. Yeah, some of them might be wicked. Well, you wicked too.
Prison officers involved are white men. Let me say that again. All of the prison officers involved are white men. It was not immediately clear why the beating took place. The New York Times offered an explanation for why the suspects were not immediately fired and reported that the state's police union expressed doubt about the footage. Unless those accused of participating in the attack are criminally charged, arbitration and union rules could make it difficult to fire them, which is insane. The union that represents corrections employees said in a statement that it would fulfill its obligation, quote, to represent all of its members, but it strongly condemned what the 14 are accused of doing. The union, the New York State Correctional Officers and Police Benevolent Association, noted in the statement that members of its executive board had seen footage of a small portion of the attack. Quote, what we witnessed is incomprehensible, to say the least.
And another thing, the way we respond instead of reacting through protests and looting and yelling and chanting, we need to respond by literally going to these court offices, demanding judicial oversight so we could hold these officers, the ones that brutally oppress us, accountable for their actions, man. You understand? We need some type of reform, even in these prisons. And, this New York State Correctional Officer and Police Association, man, we need to put the pressure on them. We need to start signing petitions, man. We need decrees. We need laws. We need legislators passed in our favor, man, to protect us. That's how we respond, by having these correctional officers take accountability. You know what I'm saying? We need stricter guidelines in there, man. They need to be held accountable, man. You know what I mean? Strict punishments. Let's continue.
And is certainly not reflective of the great work that the vast majority of our membership conducts every day. The union said, and quote, we cannot and will not condone this behavior. I'm going to get into a...
You don't condone it, but you're protecting them. And that's what's wrong with the union, the CO union or the police union. They look out for self, man. And that's something else we need to respond to. We need to change. We need to do something about. All right, let's get the book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 17. And I will set my face against you. This is the Lord setting his face against us by this unfortunate death that happens every day, or anywhere, any prison, any jail, or out on the street, because we don't keep his commandments. Right? What's the wages of sin? That's death, calamity, judgment. And you, read it on, and you shall be slain before your enemies, that they that hate you shall reign over you. Now the Lord just letting us know that these Caucasian race, these Edomites, right, these pink flesh entities, they are enemies and they hate us. Clearly they hate us. You see what happened to the brother. You see what happened to Michael Brown. You see what happened to Tamir Rice. You see what happened to Eric Garner. You see what happened to Salakia, Philando Castile. You see what happened to our sister Salakia, Sandra, and our sister it escapes me, Breonna Taylor. Read it on, and you shall flee when none pursue you. You see that? We need to come together. Let's move on to the next topic.
Authorities in Las Vegas have confirmed one person has died after a Tesla Cybertruck exploded into a fireball outside the Trump International Hotel overnight. This dramatic video shared to social media shows the moment the EV was destroyed. Las Vegas police say 7 others were injured in the blast. The cause of the explosion isn't yet known.
All right, let's read this. Let's get some more info on this. So, suspect behind Cybertruck explosion named. The driver was reportedly an Army veteran, similar to the perpetrator of the New Orleans terrorist attack, which I'm going to go over in a second. Investigators had identified the driver of the Tesla Cybertruck that exploded outside the Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas as 37-year-old Army veteran Matthew from Colorado Springs. Several U.S. media outlets reported on Thursday. The explosion, which occurred on January 1st, resulted in the death of Livensberger and injured 7 bystanders. The FBI has conducted searches at multiple addresses associated with Livensberger and Colorado Springs. The 42-year-old, the FBI is investigating the incident as a potential act of terrorism, especially considering its proximity to the Trump International Hotel and a similar attack in New Orleans earlier that day. A 42-year-old U.S. Army veteran named Shamsuddin Jabbar drove a pickup truck into a crowd on Bourbon Street, resulting in the deaths of 15 people and injuries to at least 35. So I'm going to read the last sentence. The FBI is treating the incident as a terrorist attack and is investigating possible accomplices. So this was a message sent to obviously Trump and Elon Musk. Somebody's trying to send a message. They're trying to scare or threaten or, indirectly but directly sending a message. Let's get more.
The horrific and deadly attack in New Orleans. At least 15 killed and dozens more injured when a driver rammed a rented pickup truck into a crowd on Bourbon Street around 3 a.m., just hours into the new year. The FBI now investigating it as an act of terrorism. Law enforcement now reviewing this surveillance video showing the white pickup truck driving down Canal Street before turning right into Bourbon Street. The suspect mowing down dozens of people over a 3-block stretch, turning the typically festive and iconic Bourbon Street into a deadly scene of carnage and chaos. Dramatic video capturing the moment police exchange gunfire with the suspect, authorities saying he died in that exchange. 2 police officers were also injured but are in stable condition. Authorities releasing this image of the 42-year-old Shamsuddin Jabbar, an Army veteran and U.S.-born citizen. Police now asking anyone with information to come forward. Tonight, why the FBI says the suspect did not act alone, the chilling accounts from eyewitnesses, and what we are learning about the victims. And President Biden speaking just moments ago. ABC's Trevor Ault leads us off in New Orleans with the new details coming in tonight.
Tonight, state, federal, and local authorities searching for possible accomplices after a 42-year-old man from Texas flying an ISIS flag barreled a rented Ford F-150 pickup down Bourbon Street, killing at least 15 people and injuring dozens more.
He was hell-bent on creating the carnage and the damage that he did.
Law enforcement tracking this disturbing surveillance video showing the pickup coming down Canal Street around 3:15 this morning before veering right into pedestrians.
We have dozens of people that got hit by this car.
You just heard this squeal and like the rev of an engine and then this huge loud impact and then the people screaming.
This video shot from a Bourbon Street balcony showing bodies laying in the middle of the street. Jimmy Cothran was his group's designated driver.
We ran upstairs, and when we got on the balcony, what we saw was insanity. I mean, something out of a movie. The graphic nature of it, and it was unbelievable. We instantly counted, I'd say, 10 bodies.
Authorities identifying the suspect as 42-year-old Shamsuddin Jabbar, a U.S. citizen and Army veteran from Texas. They say he was speeding down Bourbon, wearing body armor and firing an AR-style rifle out of the truck, racing about 3 blocks before crashing and stepping out and opening fire again, wounding 2 police officers. Authorities returning fire. The suspect dead at the scene. This image showing his body laying next to that truck. And inside that Ford F-150, authorities say they found multiple homemade pipe bombs packed with nails. Some sources tell ABC News on that flagpole, wrapped in that gray jacket, is a black flag bearing the ISIS insignia.
All right, so remember that. So they trying to portray this man or this attack was by the ISIS group, okay? Remember that, ISIS. And another thing, this guy was a Democrat, a registered Democrat, also donated to he made 2 donations to the Democratic Party as well, a fundraising platform. So you see how Trump is with the Republicans, and this attack was by a so-called Democrat. It's all a game at the end of the day. We already went over this in the previous series of the elites want to cause chaos and have order out of chaos. This is part of it right here, part of their game plan, right? But it's all conducted, it's all through the power of the Most High. The Most High is the director of this movie, the producer of this movie, man. It's just, let me just bring out this quick preset, explain to y'all what's happening in the spirit. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 12. Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon. This Babylon is what you call Mystery Babylon, which is America today. Make the watch strong. Set up the watchmen. Prepare the ambushes. For the Lord have both devised. The Lord is devising all this violence, devising all this madness and chaos and destruction and death. Read it on. And done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. Verse 13. O you that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures. And you can tell this is America by the characteristics. It says that Babylon dwells upon many waters. That means they have dominance. They are in every country through apart every waters, right? You got the naval base in every nation, right? You got Salakia, verse 13. So, oh, that dwells upon many waters. Now, America is in every country, every continent. They have control on all the oceans, all the seas. Do they naval bases? Their U.S. assemblies, right? Read it on. Abundant in treasures. Who has the most money? What country has the most wealth, the most GDP? America. Reading on, thy end is come in the measures of thy covetousness. Verse 14. The Lord of hosts hath sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars. So these so-called terrorist attack is caterpillars. And they shall lift up a shout against thee, and them shouts is them bombs. Those so-called mass murderers. These attacks, just like a caterpillar, it destroys from the inside out. You understand? It's all devised by the Most High and the angels. Let's continue with this video. We're going to move on.
Police spending much of the day scouring downtown New Orleans, detonating multiple possible IEDs in multiple locations. ATF agents swarming this home 2 miles away, believed to be an Airbnb linked to the suspect.
We do not believe that Jabbar was solely responsible. We're aggressively running down every lead, including those of his known associates. That's why we need the public's help. We are asking if anybody has any interactions with Samsoud Dim Jabbar in the last 72 hours that you contact us.
The attack coming as every law enforcement officer in the city was on duty, with thousands of New Year's revelers and football fans in town for the Sugar Bowl, all packing the French Quarter. In this Earthcam video, nearly a dozen officers seen on Bourbon Street, not...
All right, let's move on to the next article. So check this out. Vegas bomber who blew up Cybertruck outside Trump Hotel served at same military base as New Orleans mass killer. Is it a coincidence? Was it a plan? Was it a scheme? Was it a setup? Could be. Was it a MK Ultra CIA deep state operation? I believe so. I want to read right here. Jabbar, who had allegedly pledged himself to the Islamic State, rammed a pickup truck which bore the ISIS flag into a crowd of New Year revelers, killing at least 15 people and wounding dozens. The FBI has said it does not think Jabbar 42 was solely responsible for the Bourbon Street attack. Authorities are conducting a number of court-authorized search warrants in New Orleans and other states and investigating his potential associations and affiliations with terroristic organizations. Bear with me. Right here, let's read this sentence right here. Law enforcement sources revealed that Liebsberger, who died Wednesday in the explosion outside the hotel, had previously served at the same military base as New Orleans terrorist Samsoud Dim Jabbar. Police have not confirmed if the pair were known to each other. So you see that. Now check this out. They said that this man Jabbar was part of the ISIS, right? And I guess his man's Liebsberger was probably affiliated, right? Now check this out.
Subversion, trying to foil plots against the state of Israel, political plots and others.
You tell the story about how you tried to find out what they call the Mossad when they deal with publicly?
I thought it was a reasonable question, but the trouble is you can't pick up the phone book. There's no Langley in Israel that you can look up, CIA or in our case the Mossad. We thought we should ask, what shall we call it in English? You can translate the Hebrew words, as I said, Mossad's Institute. But when they write a letter to their friends in the CIA or the British intelligence, what do they call themselves? It took a while. It was a matter of asking the prime minister's spokesman. The best you could do, because officially the Mossad is under the prime minister's office. And I think he sort of wondered why you want to know and all that, so we explained. And he came up with the Israeli Secret Intelligence Service. I mean, if it were to...
So you hear that? The ISIS really means the Israeli Secret Intelligence Services. It's right in the back. So I straight butchered the name, but check this. Just listen.
Your spokesman. The best you could do, because officially the Mossad is under the prime minister's office. And I think he sort of wondered why you want to know and all that, so we explained. And he came up with the Israeli Secret Intelligence Service. I mean, if it were to have initials, it would be ISIS. Just simple words like that. Interestingly enough, kind of a British model.
So you see that? So the ISIS is really the Mossad. The Mossad is really the ISIS. And ISIS means the Israeli Secret Intelligence Service, man. And then they damn smoke screen it, thinking it's the damn Arabs, man. They just hire Arabs, man. That's all they do, man. And the Arabs do all the dirty work. We living in the wicked, deceiving, cunning, crafty, dark world, man. Let's get more. Let's get more. Let's read this. November 2023, Director of the FBI, Christopher Wray, confirmed individuals on the terror watch list have entered America, but they have lost track of them. How do you lose track of terrorists? Because maybe a part of it. Read it on DHS and FBI, both admitting to terrorists entering America. When do these department heads start getting criminally persecuted? Seems like no high ranking top Edomite anything gets criminalized unless you're caught red-handed, unless you're going against the grain. Read it on. This is actual treason because they knew this was happening and left the border open anyway. They have to be involved. Let's play this video.
Are there people that you are still searching for that we don't know where they are in the United States? Of the known apprehensions, KSTs, known or suspected terror people, match list to the terror watch list.
Well,
are you still searching for people in the United States that we know match the terror watch list?
I'm not sure I can answer that here because it's a constantly moving target. Yes.
Are there people that match the terror watch list that were apprehended by CBP that the FBI and other agencies are searching for in the United States?
There are certainly individuals who are the subject of terrorism investigations that we are searching for.
Are there
Whether or not
people-
they're people, to me, I guess the distinction I'm drawing is, well, there's obviously a lot of focus on the watch list itself. One of the things that, and I've tried to be clear in my testimony here this morning, one of the areas that we are of concern is individuals who once here, information later comes in.
Are there people that you don't,
those
are there
people
people
we
you
have-
don't know where they are that the FBI is searching for today?
Yes.
Yes or no? Yes. Are there?
So you see that, man? It's a lot of corrupt stuff going on in America, man, and throughout the whole world. Let's get more. These terrorist attacks were planned. The FBI and the CIA knew they were going to happen. Sarah Adams, former targeting officer at the CIA, Slovakia, said there was 100% chance we will have terrorist attacks on American soil in 2025. I'm certain we'll either have embassy attacks in 2025 or the homeland attack or both. There is no accident that these attacks are happening right before Donald Trump's inauguration, especially them being ISIS. Donald Trump exposed Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton are the founders of ISIS. Damn. play this video.
How certain are you think we'll see something in 2025?
I'm certain we'll either have embassy attacks in 2025 or the homeland attack or both.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. So Sarah Adams, former CIA targeter, and like I said, we got a love-hate relationship. I love having you on. I hate the information that you bring us because it's just, but you know, we need to know it because while the government doesn't want to take this shit seriously, a lot of citizens do, and you know, they're getting ready. A lot of people are getting ready. A lot of people are yanking their kids out of school because of safety. A lot of people are at least yanking them out of schools that have no safety precautions or any plan at all. and it's important that regular everyday Americans hear this stuff because, like you said, like Scott Mann says, nobody's coming to save you. This machine is no longer working.
Well, you Israelites, we have somebody to come save us. As long as we keeping the commandments and having faith in the Black Messiah, Yahushua HaMashiach. We have hope in the future. We have promises that is promised to us. We have a covenant and contract we have to fulfill through the Most High and the Son. We have a way to escape this. We have a Savior. But these other nations, good luck to them, man.
And so you better take matters into your own hands. And once again, Sarah, you write our intelligence newsletter every week, comes out every Monday. Benghazi, Know Thy Enemy. We'll link it in the description below. And let's go get some lunch, and I'll see you in a couple months.
See that? They're giving up. They're terrified. They're losing hope. They don't know what they do. They're perplexed. And that's what's so great about being an Israelite. We know what's going to happen in the future. The Lord gave us the spiritual power. He gave us the secrets. He gave us the spirit to understand these things, when they're going to happen, how they're going to happen. You understand? All we got to do is what? Watch and pray. So we could, and keep these commandments so we could be defended, be protected from the evil. This is the book of Psalms 35, verse 8. Let destruction come upon him at unawares. And that's what's happening, man. All these things is happening out of nowhere. It's unaware. Right? Because you think you're safe. You think the FBI got you, CIA got you, Homeland Security can protect you. But how can they protect you when the destruction is coming from them? They already know what's happening. They the ones that's part of it. They planned it. They got the caterpillars. Read it on. And let his net that he had hid catch himself into that very destruction and let him fall. You see that? They're going to be destroyed by their own plots, their own plans, their own schemes, their own people, their own nation, their own wickedness. See that? Now, let's deal with what's happening to these idolaters that wanted to celebrate New Year's, man. Celebrating the Roman god Janus, man. New Year's fireworks turned deadly in Hawaii. 2 dead, 22 hurt. Chaos erupted in Honolulu, Salt Lake, Alamanu area as fireworks explosion claimed 2 lives and left 22 injured in the early hours of New Year's Day. You see that? The Lord is not playing. The tragedy reportedly began with a 14-year-old boy detonating a firework in his hand, triggering the deadly blast. The teen was rushed to a trauma center after receiving emergency care at the scene. First responders are working to secure the area, with Honolulu police urging the public to steer clear of Keiko Drive. You see that? You damn popping fireworks to the Roman god of Janus instead of popping fireworks on a Passover, on a Feast of Dedication, on Purim. Right? You see what happened, man. You serve other gods, you shall perish. What's the first commandment? Thou shalt have no other gods before me. You think the Most High is a joke? You think the Most High is just going to pacify your wickedness? You think he just going to let you just be all peaches and cream after all the wickedness you have done, all the sinning you have done? He will find you out if you don't repent. Let's get more. It's not a game. It's not a game. Idolatry is not something you want to be a part of. And that's the reason why these curses fall upon us, because of idolatry. We don't want to serve the true living God. We want to serve what the white man tell you to serve. We do whatever he say. Ever since slavery, he tell you to celebrate Christmas, you celebrate it. He tell you the New Year's is in the middle of the winter, you believe it. Put on your best outfits. You know you gotta get your fixings. You know you gotta get your bottle. You know you gotta get your little nasty weed. You know you gotta get your drugs. Right? You damn ordered your outfit for New Year's 2 months ahead to serve the Roman god of Janus, to worship and praise the Roman god of Janus that was created by so-called white man, the Romans, Esau, Edom, the base, the cave dwellers. That's who you worship when you do these wicked holidays, man. When you're going to come back to the Lord and do what he says according to the Bible. A lot of y'all say y'all believe in Most High, but you don't follow the Most High. Your thoughts is not your thoughts. Your thoughts is actually who run this world. Esau, the white man, the Caucasian race. Let's read this article. 2 men killed, 8 hurt in New Year's Day. Slashing, stabbing, shootings. 2 men were killed and 8 others hurt as 2025 kicked off with several slashings and stabbings and 2 shootings across the Big Apple, cops said. In the first homicide of the year, a 50-year-old man was found slashed in the neck around 4:20 a.m. at the corner of West 137th Street and Frederick Douglass Boulevard in Harlem, authorities said. He was taken to the Harlem hospital where he was pronounced unalive, police said. See that? Let's move on to the next one. Mass shooting. 7 shot, 2 fatally at Kennedy house party on New Year's Day. 7 people were shot, 2 fatally at a party on New Year's Day in Kankakee, Illinois, police said. Police responded about 4:05 a.m. Wednesday to a home in Pearson Parkway for a report of shots fired. Let me read this. 4 people with gunshot wounds were found and taken to local hospitals. 3 gunshot victims later arrived at local hospitals, police said. So you got a 22-year-old and a 20-year-old pronounced deceased at hospitals. See, the youth is dying. Come on now. City officials said there was 3 female victims and 2 male victims injured. We're killing the youth, man. Our future. You could tell these Israelites. His name was Quayshawn. The other one name was Trevante. What are we doing? Like, does Black Lives really matter? Or does it only matter when Esau kill us? Y'all, you black ashy devils, man. Y'all don't really care for y'all people, man. You're just a bunch of coveters, self praisers, selfish Jakes, man, and Eves, man. Let me get the book of Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 19. And it shall be, if you do at all forget Yahweh your power, and walk after other gods, and serve them, and worship them. How you do that? You out at the club on New Year's, right? Popping bottles, getting high, doing all types of drugs, on it, dallying with the thoughts, just reveling, just turning up on a Caucasian day, on a Caucasian man's day. You turning up, dancing, all on the Snapchat videos, all on your TikTok, doing the latest trend. You got the nasty 2025 glasses on. You put on your freshest outfit for New Year's, but you get a nasty garment on Passover. You ain't lit no candle on a feast of dedication, but you want to light a big spliff on a New Year's Day. You wanted to pop the biggest champagne bottle on New Year's, but you ain't even pour out a drink for the Maccabee family on a feast of dedication. Reading on, I testify against you this day that you shall surely perish. You see that? All you idolaters, it's gonna perish. You celebrating Soul Invictus, you serving Janus, right? You serving these Roman fake gods, spiritually, unknowingly, ignorantly. You gonna perish, man. And the truth is out there. The information is out there for you to know these things, man. We're living in the last days, and I mean the last minutes. It's time for us to wake the hell up, man. This is the book of Amos, chapter 6, verse 3. And this is our people right here. You push away every thought of coming disaster, but your actions only bring the day of judgment closer. How terrible for you, who sprawl on ivy beds and lounge on your couches, right at the damn hookah lounge, right? Reading on, eating the meat of tender lambs from the flock. You eating the best of the food, steak. You got your pork chops, right? You got your bacon, egg, and cheese. Reading on, and choice calves fattened in the stall. You got your baked chicken with the broccoli and the mashed potatoes from Roof Chris. You're going to Red Lobster, getting the nasty crab legs with the shrimp, right? You're going to the hibachi, getting a nasty jumbo fried shrimp with the rice, with the chicken and the steak together, just glutton. You just having a good time on New Year's, having a good time on Christmas. You got your ham with the pineapple, you got your fried chicken with the extra hot sauce, right? I'm exaggerating, but you know how black people get. And you Spanish people with your rice and beans and your orange potatoes and your penne, right? Reading on. Verse 5. You sing tribal songs to the sound of the harp and fancy yourselves to be great musicians like David. Now you blasting your pregame and you're blasting the radio in your car. Got the females hanging out the damn sunroof. Talking about ski yee. Talking about I don't need a man. Talking about I'm a hot girl. Yeah, I'm a bad bee. right? I don't need no man. I'm twerking and drinking, right? You Jakes is riding down the block, windows down, blasting Lil Durk, talking about free Durk. What Durk done for you in your community? Durk is an idolater as well, bound down to a rock. Why would you follow a man that bowed down to a rock? You're then bumping Boss Man D-Lo, right? You're bumping Moneybag Yo, just covetous. You're blasting every type of wicked music that you could think of, defiling, destroying your mind, destroying your subconscious. You're thinking you're Big Meech or Money Mitch. You're supposed to be a man of the Lord. You're supposed to be like David. Verse 6, you drank wine by the bowlful. Now you're getting drunk and you're slurring your words, right? Your vision is blurry, right? You're drinking Don Julio, Black Henny, reading on, and perfume yourselves with fragrant lotions. You care nothing about the ruin of your nation. And that's what you idolaters do when you go out and party on these wicked holidays. This is what you do when you celebrate Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, July 4th, Halloween. You don't care about the ruin of your nation because these things got us where we at right now, at the bottom, destroyed, docile. Nothing but men and women with Stockholm syndrome. Nothing but men and women with diseases, mental illnesses, poverty, poor, without hope. And this explains our people, man, during these times. Let me get this, the book of Luke, chapter 31, verse 36, in the CEV. Watch out and keep praying that you can escape all that is going to happen and that the Son of Man will be pleased with you. And that's what I bid, and that's what I beg, and that's what I hope you brothers and sisters out there doing, watching out for these prophecies, right? Watching out for yourself and your nation and your people, and keep praying. Keep praying for the destruction of America. Salakia, keep praying. Pray to the Most High that you want him to send his son back so he could gather his elect, gather the women and children, so we could get back home, man. So it could be peace upon the earth again, tranquility. No more mourning, no more crying, no more police brutality, no more bills, no more diseases, no more ailments, no more corrupt government trying to destroy us with the air, the fog, the water, the food. You understand? Watch out and keep praying so we can escape, and then the Son of Man will be pleased with us and he come save us. All right. And with that, I want to give all honor and glory and praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Lord willing, I'll come back tomorrow with a lesson, exhortation, and motivation. Right? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Brakatham. Come, Yeshua. Shalom.